So a diode is effectively become a short circuit above this knee point and can conduct a very large current. So the resistor R, there are for use in series with a diode to limit its current flow. That means in that circuit when you use of resistor and due to there is a resistor, there is a limited current flowing through that this forward bias diode. If the current through a diode exceeds the specified value, it can heat up diode due to the Joule heating and result in its physically damage. That means when the extra heat will be produced due to there is a exit of current will be flowing through that diode, then it will be get heat and then this diode will be get physically damaged. Then next there is a reverse bias. In that reverse bias, the positive terminal of external voltage is connected to cathode and negative terminal of the anode and negative terminal to the anode, that is in P side, across the diode. So in that diode there is a external voltage will be connected to this PN junction diode. So there is a positive terminal of that voltage will be connected to, there is a N region, that is cathode, and there is a negative terminal to the anode of that diode. So this is condition of the reverse bias. So in case of reverse bias, the width of depletion layer will be goes on increasing. So in this case, the depletion layer and the width of this depletion layer will be very large as compared to in forward bias. So in this reverse bias, this depletion layer will be goes on increasing, and therefore the PN junction behave like a resistance. That means in that reverse bias, it like a resistance. That means resistance will be produced in that PN junction. So this condition will be formed in reverse bias. So practically no current flowing through in this reverse bias with increasing in reverse bias voltage. When reverse bias voltage also increases, there is no current flowing through this PN junction diode. Then a very large current does not flow through the junction, which is of the order of few micro ampere. That means there is a very small leakage current will be flow through this junction, that is in PN junction diode, and it is order about few micro ampere. Then also next, when reverse bias voltage applied to the diode is increased to sufficiently large value, it causes the PN junction overheat. So due to this overheating of PN junction result in a sudden rise in current through that junction. That means in reverse bias voltage is applied to diode and it will be increased of the sufficient value, that is large value, and it causes the PN junction diode will be get overheat. So this overheating of this PN junction diode, it is suddenly rises the current in that junction. That is because the covalent bond between in P and N junction diode will be get break and large number of current carrier will be available for conduction. The diode does not longer behave like a diode. This effect is called as avalanche breakdown. So the reverse bias, there is a characteristic of diode as shown in figure. So in this reverse bias, the current will be suddenly increases due to there is a overheating of the diode. So due to there is a overheating of diode is suddenly the current will be rises in that junction. So current will be rises in that junction, and current flowing through that diode, it may be there is a few microampere. Then next, there is a static and dynamic resistance of diode. So one of the most important property of diode, it is resistance in forward bias mode and in reverse bias mode. So IV characteristic of diode as shown in figure, an ideal diode offers a zero resistance in forward bias. That means when ideal diode will be used in forward bias, then at that time it can offers a very low resistance, and that is nothing but there is a zero resistance. So infinite, that is infinite resistance in reverse bias mode. When diode will be connect in reverse bias mode, so at that time there is a resistance will be produced, and this resistance is infinite. Then next, there is a IV characteristic of forward bias diode is used to define two of its resistance. So IV characteristic will be defined, there is a two resistance in which one of the static DC resistance and other is the dynamic resistance. So first of all, study static DC resistance. So in DC resistance, when PN junction diode is forward bias, it offers a definite resistance in the circuit. This resistance is called as static or DC resistance of diode. That means when PN junction diode is in forward bias mode, then at that time it offers a definite resistance in circuit. That means one definite resistance will be created in that circuit. So this resistance is nothing but static, or it is say DC resistance, or it is denoted by capital R of G. Then DC resistance of diode, it is a ratio of DC voltage across the diode to the DC current flowing through it at a particular voltage. So this is the definition of the static DC resistance, that is R of G, which is equal to V upon I. Then next, there is a dynamic AC resistance. So in that dynamic AC resistance of diode, that is denoted by small r of G, at a particular applied voltage is defined as it is the reciprocal of the slope of the characteristic at that point. So the dynamic resistance of diode is depends on operating voltage, and by that definition we get formula of the dynamic resistance, that is R of G is equal to del of V upon del of I, that is nothing but V2 minus V1 upon I2 minus I1. And so by the definition of this dynamic resistance, it is the reciprocal of the slope of the IV characteristic at that point. So consider here is a 2 point that is tangent to this curve, and then we get the 2 point of current and voltage. So as like formula of the slope, that is y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1, and it is the reciprocal of slope. Therefore putting the value of that equation of slope, that is 1 upon y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, which is equal to, we get x2 minus x1 upon y2 minus y1. Then similarly we get 1 upon I2 minus I1 upon V2 minus V1, because in that slope we take first of all y-axis and then again x-axis. So we get 1 upon I2 minus I1, then also divide V2 minus V1. Then we get, solve this equation, we get V2 minus V1 upon I2 minus I1. So that means we get del of V upon del of I, and that is nothing but the dynamic AC resistance. So this is, we get the dynamic AC resistance in that diode. Then also this DC resistance of diode is less than its AC resistance.